Day Off Dub, another Louisiana track.
Yes.
What album is it off, Steve?
That one there, second album.
Second album. This is about the bird that flies over the fields.
And the rest of it, the title's on the other side.
Oh. And doesn't care about the fences. This beautiful album, 19 tracks, Louisiana. Track 7 on this is called Day Off Dub. So, where did this come about? How did this come about?
My idea was to write a piece of music with just major chords in it. And, and to try to keep it upbeat and jolly. And it also has a sort of swing feel to it as well, a sort of swinging reggae feel to it.
Yeah.
I think so. I think hopefully we've sort of hit the mark of
absolutely
something upbeat. But then I always thought that there should be a song to it. I released it basically as a sort of instrumental track with lots of me improvising over it, but I always thought there should be a song on it, so I was glad you provided something worthwhile.
Well, maybe we should talk a little bit about how Steve does these tracks, and then we sit down together and then we talk about how there could possibly be an F.A.D. track rather than a Louisiana track. And so I come up with the lyrics and Steve comes up with the music, and then we kind of either we usually expand it, or we sometimes contract it, but usually expanded. And Day Off Dub was, as Steve says, written in major chords. Most major chords in the universe are in this track. And what I love doing is finding a thread and following that thread. So I was playing along on the guitar to the track Day Off Dub, and just kind of, I don't know, almost kind of worming your way into the track and finding the thread and following it. And Day Off Dub, obviously it suggests itself, and it was kind of post-lockdown. So the actual title of the F.A.D. track is Day Off Dub, brackets, Lockdown in Clowntown, close brackets, because I love my brackets.
You do indeed, yes.
So, why Day Off? Well, how did that come about?
Aha! Well, originally,
yeah.
I suppose probably what I was thinking about is oftentimes I get asked, do I teach on a Sunday? And
by the way, you teach us all day, every day, as far as I can see. But...
Yeah, 6 days a week. So so I always have to say no. Sunday is my day off, and it's always stuck with me. So that's what I was.
And everyone has to have a day off.
Indeed.
And I think for me, when I was thinking about writing the lyrics to this, it seemed to me that there has been a disconnect or dislocation maybe between employers and employees, and technology and developments in the world of business have kind of meant that the traditional ways of working, the traditional hours of working have all gone up in smoke at the moment, and we're in danger of losing our free time, or not losing it, but it becoming so disjointed and so random that we actually don't get a day off. We just have hours off here and hours off there, maybe a morning off or an afternoon off, but you really need a day off. So I was trying to follow that thread through the song, and because you've got to insist on having a day off.
You do indeed.
I mean, I insist on having 7 days off, but that's just me. He works hard.
Yeah.
So the track itself,
yes,
very heavy guitar, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of brass on this one.
No, for a change. But what I liked, we sort of beefed it up at the end, because I added some stronger drums just to drive it through.
Yes, you did, yes. That's the last thing we added, wasn't it?
That's it. It really lifted it, and yes, it's a much better piece now.
Again, it's a bit poppy. It's much more poppy than the original, it has to be said.
Yes.
But it's really good. I kind of had a feeling, almost a Pixies type feeling from it. I don't know whether that comes across, but that's what that was running around my head when I was writing and playing the guitar to it. Because even you came up with the idea that it's got to have a kind of power chords, didn't you?
Definitely, yes. Because the original did anyway as well.
Yeah. I wasn't playing on the original, by the way, so they weren't proper power chords.
Yeah.
So, Day Off Dub.